Hello, my name is Brian Black, and this is my wife Jennifer. I want to introduce you to my family. We have three children. My oldest son is William, he's 15. My middle son Hayden is 13, and he is the reason we're here. He has autism. And my daughter is turning 7 this weekend. Her name is Mary Claire. We're here to talk to you about what brought us to Barren Heights, why we love Barren Heights so much, and how Barren Heights changed my family.
We should start our story with how we first found out about Barren Heights. We have some really dear friends, the Pierces, and the Pierces were interested in finding a place where they could serve with their entire family, and they continued to nudge us into understanding Barren Heights and letting us know that it was a place that they felt like we would enjoy going. And we would hear what they would say, and we would sort of push it off, and we would get around to it. And then over time, all these other nudges started coming. Like, I attended the Bell Awards with a friend, and then at the same time, Tony, the founder of Barren Heights, was there receiving a Bell Award. And so I heard Barren Heights there. And then I heard about it in the autism community, and it seemed like God was doing everything he could to continue to mention and nudge Barren Heights towards us. And so the night I came home from the Bell Awards, I posted on Facebook that I was really proud of my friend Anne, who had been there, and so then a friend of mine from college posted on Facebook that she was there also, and that it was her sister Tony Rose from Barren Heights. And so I was like, okay, God, enough of these nudges, you're swinging these 2x4s at me. So I registered and didn't tell Brian, and thought I'll just tell him later, and we'll eventually be able to go. It'll be the fall. It'll be a nice fall break. We'd talk about it later.
Yeah. The week of the trip, I was really ignoring Jennifer. I thought by not helping, not packing, completely ignoring you, that you would get the hint and understand that I did not want to go. She did not get the hint. You have to understand, at this point in my life, I was very angry with God because of Hayden's autism. We had pretty much stopped attending church, and I had dug my heels in so much that I had told her, finally, I'm not going. You can go with the kids.
And all this time, I was still planning and praying and packing and hoping that God would intervene, and just saying I felt like it was something that we needed to do.
I remember the Friday that we were leaving, I was driving to work, and I intentionally decided to dig my heels in. I wasn't going. I told a coworker that day that I can't imagine sitting around a campfire with a bunch of strangers that I don't know singing Kumbaya. It just wasn't going to happen. But I didn't realize that God had another plan for me, had another plan for my life. And the signs for me started. That day at work, we had a chemical spill in the lab, and we had to evacuate the building. I actually had to leave early. I thought about driving around for a while, but I did go straight home. Now, most of you might be like me, but usually our family vacations kind of turn into the Griswold's vacation. So I knew for certain some disaster was going to happen. But when I got home, the van was packed. The kids were ready. Everybody had gone potty. The house was set. You were happy. I was running out of excuses, so we left. I was still clinging on to that Griswold mentality, though, thinking something's going to happen. Something's going to happen on a ride down. But the seas parted. We didn't hit a red light the whole way out of town, and got to Barren Heights in record time.
So we arrived, and we were there. I'd got him there. We were still uncomfortable and skeptical, but I was hopeful. We had made it there easily, and I had just hoped that all the pressure that I had put on Brian to go, that would be something I wouldn't regret. We couldn't believe how nice everyone was. The kids took off to play, and we went to unpack, and there were these cabins, and they were all so comfortable, and there were snacks and a kitchenette, and all of this was free.
And the whole time, I'm thinking this is too good to be true. Somewhere, somebody's going to come out and give me the timeshare speech and want a check.
We were so skeptical about Barren Heights because we just didn't know that they would really be understanding of our family. Having a son with autism is not easy. After an autism diagnosis, our lives changed. Our friendships changed. Things were harder. We built up a barrier around our family to protect them and to protect us from people that didn't understand us. Most people don't understand or feel comfortable around a child with autism. Hayden has limited conversational skills and vocal utterances that can be embarrassing to people that don't know him. He perseverates on things that aren't age appropriate and can have trouble waiting, high anxiety, and those kinds of things. Ranges of emotion that go from laughing to crying without warning.
We've both had to defend him several times. Watching a 13-year-old boy throw a tantrum sometimes gives us unwanted advice and lots of stares from strangers.
Our other two kids feel a lot of pressure going places where others are going to see their brother. They feel like they need to make excuses for him, and that if he does things that aren't appropriate, are they going to be embarrassed or have to be defensive?
On a trip, even a simple trip, like a holiday trip to visit family, is hard, and we end up arguing.
Taking Hayden away from his routine is difficult, and in general, trips are just hard. But at Barren Heights, things are easy. It's like an oasis in the desert. Having time to share with other moms and dads while our children played allowed us to earn trust of others, share experiences, and those stories lead to acceptance.
One of my favorite things about Barren Heights, and for those of you who have gone, or for those of you who are thinking about going, is that I've never played so many sports in my life in one day. Basketball, baseball, soccer, shuffleboard, ping pong, frisbee golf. It was great. I got to play and spend a lot of time, quality time, with my children. Not only that, I got to meet and spend a lot of time with the other children that were there and understand their unique situation and their disabilities. Being there with other moms and dads that were in the same situation that we were in made us really start to trust them. And as a matter of fact, we keep in touch with a lot of the people that we met while we were there for the first time at Barren Heights. The host families truly want you to relax. They go out of their way to make sure that you don't help or assist. They want you to relax, play, and have fun. This is one of those places that I've never been in a place like this where there's no preconceived ideas or notions about, how Hayden acted, or if he wanted to do the things that he liked to do over and over again. There was no judgment. There was nothing like that. The other important piece of this was my two other children, who are often overlooked and overshadowed by this, were the centers of attention and got a lot of attention from a lot of people that weekend.
On Sunday morning, we attended our first Barn church, and we had had an awesome day with some really great people, and my kids were all happy, and we were all sitting in Barn together. And of course, Barn in a church is very casual, and it wasn't the kind of church that I grew up with, and we were sitting on hay bales and on wicker chairs, and kids were there and making noise and being kids, and all of my family was all sitting across a row together, and the first song starts, and I look across and see all of our kids attending church with my husband for the first time in a long time. And Brian and I reach and hold hands with each other, and the Holy Spirit chills move it across. And he could feel it too, because it was like God had been pulling us and drawing us to Barren Heights for this very reason. And we needed to be there so that he could demonstrate this love and acceptance for us. And he wanted to take our mess and turn it into his message, because there we were in a church in a barn with our less than perfect family, becoming fully aware of his peace for us.
Just gotta flip the page. Sure. With the help of Barren Heights, we realized a couple of things. One, how much we were missing without having God in the forefront of our life. Two, how much our children needed to see their parents step up and be those parents that were pushing them towards Christ. Three, how much we didn't realize that God was pulling us to Him.
So since that weekend in October several years ago, our cup gets just as filled serving at Barren Heights as it did when we first attended as guests. We work and we serve and we play. And it's the connections and the people that make Barren Heights, but mostly it's our God. To quote Isaiah 41, "I will make rivers flow on Barren Heights so that people may see and know and may consider and understand that the hand of the Lord has done this."